Hi, I'm Farrah White here for Mark Walters today, and I've got Clay Lyford, who is the writer-director of Slash, which is opening up in front of the Bounce Back today. Clay, are you happy to be here? Tell us what you think.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. This is awesome. This is weird because Farrah is also the producer of the movie, so this is, and Ashlyn here is also a producer. Yeah, but no, this is great. Okay, ask me a question.
I will ask you a question. We're just improvising because Mark was late, so stick it in there. That's right. That's what we do. But no, why don't you tell us how you came up with the concept for this really, really dark indie short?
Oh, I just like erotic fan fiction on the internet, so I figured it would be fun to like, because people don't know where their fiction comes from. People don't know that their 50 Shades of Grey is actually Twilight fanfic, and I think that they needed to know. So I, thought this is kind of like a gateway drug to understanding.
And what is it that compels you to write about teen or tween angst?
Because I'm old, and it's the only way I can have any connection to youthful people anymore is like write about them and empirically leech off of them.
Can we talk real quick about Wuss coming on VOD? I hear that that's huge right now and blowing up. Anything you want to say about that?
Oh yeah, we were here like a year and a half ago with Wuss, and it's now on video on demand on everywhere. I think it's really close to my mouth.
Thank you.
Like every platform. So yeah, you can get on the iTunes and the Amazon Primes and the anywhere you can stick a joystick in.
Well, you know how much I enjoy your work and working with you and Ashlyn, so look forward.
We should make a mention that we filmed with Mark Walters for Slash is partially filmed at one of his conventions.
Yeah, he was a really huge support to us, and he was not late that day.
Yeah, I feel like he's managing a convention right now, right? That's what he's doing. He's doing it.
Could be. I'm just busting his balls a little. Okay, well, that's it from the Red Carpet Diff 2013 with Clay Lyford.
Peace.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the second interview, this time with me in it. I've got Farrah White, Clay Lyford, and Clay's lovely wife, Ashlyn, right here.
I'd just like to ask a question real quick.
Oh, yeah. Come on in, Drew. What you got?
How is it being so beautiful all the time?
Are you asking Clay?
It's pretty
Yes, Clay.
It's pretty,
yes.
it's pretty easy.
Let's start with Clay.
It's easy.
Easy?
Yeah, it's really easy. Like, what are you going to do?
Okay.
All right, so, I mean, what do you say? You're born with it or you're not.
I'm sorry.
These are the moments. This is what makes the Dallas International Film Festival so special. So good to see you guys again. And are you guys having fun so far? Is everything going well?
Yeah, it's always been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You seem a little quiet this time around.
Quiet? We haven't been. There's no free drinks until after 5.
That's not true.
Until after 5. Wait, where are you getting free drinks before 5?
Come on, man. Give me some credit. I'm joking.
Well,
I'll buy you a drink. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to buy you
I can honestly say in all the times I've been doing this, I've never had Drew crash an interview. So that was kind of fun.
It was yeah. It's a competing dog movie thing.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about that. Tell people we'll talk about Champion. Let's start with Champion.
Well, maybe we should wait. There's
wait?
Two vastly different movies.
Okay.
Because this is, erotic fan fiction by a 13-year-old boy, and that is the absolute also by a 13-year-old girl. So yeah, it's two different worlds.
There's bestiality.
It's both personalities in me fighting each other.
There's a word I didn't think I'd hear on the red carpet: bestiality.
Right.
We had to draw the line somewhere. They crossed it with their film. We wouldn't cross that line. So we have that.
Now, Clay, this is. I mean, you've been here 20 years in a row, right? You've been coming to these red carpets longer than they've actually had them.
Yeah,
How is this one any different? And what's going through your head at this moment?
Well, I'm not drunk.
You're not drunk. Yeah. That's why you're so quiet.
Yeah, no, this is what it looks like. It looks really different when you're.
And the green jacket stayed at home. So that's probably the difference.
I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get the green jacket.
It came with.
I was almost positive it was going to happen. It really was.
It's in Dallas. It's just not.
It made the trip. It just
we'll
didn't
do another
make
carpet with
the moment.
No, it's what were you asking? What was the question? I forgot the question. What was it? Something about?
You're so quiet this year.
I was just saying, because you've been doing these so many times. How are your thoughts on this particular film festival?
So far, it's just it feels like it's coming back home again. It's pretty much It's like an old Rock of Gibraltar, this thing. It's always going to be there.
Yeah.
I think, hopefully. They're not in trouble, are they? They'll be here next year, right?
We'll see how it plays out.
Well, that depends on what happens after tonight, after our screening tonight between us and the bounce back. Who knows? There may be trouble.
Yeah.
Sexual tension.
We're gonna place some bets and see like who like causes the most trouble. Maybe that's what we could do. Yeah. All right. Well, I know they got to pull you guys, so I just wanted to make sure that we did get a chance to talk one-on-one and everything. It's very good to see you again. Y'all have fun. Be careful. Don't drink too much unless I'm there. So. Lisa, I talked to you yesterday about Tomlinson Hill, and we had a nice chat about that. It's great to have you guys here on the carpet and have more of the crew here, because I know you were all by yourself yesterday. So now we've got everybody here. And Chris, I want to ask you, like, one of the things I asked Lisa about was seeing the finished product, because obviously when you make a documentary, documentaries consist of sometimes thousands of hours of footage, and having to bring that down to like a special amount of it's like 69 minutes. Having to bring that down to 69 minutes, do you feel like it says everything it needs to say, or was there anything that maybe, like when you saw it, that you were like, oh man, you were like cringing, or what did you feel about the end result?
Well, I think you have to decide the story that you want to tell. And when we went and started to make this film, we didn't have a set idea of what we wanted to. What story we want to tell. We went to the community and let the community show us what the story was. And so I think in the beginning, yes, it was hard to decide which way are we going to go. Are we going to do a Ken Burns look at my family's former slave plantation, or are we going to look at the community today? I think Lisa struck a fabulous balance. And to a large degree, the film's about race, and really you can't say everything there is to say about race in America in 69 minutes. But I think we also made a strategic decision to listen to the average person, to not have obvious good guys and obvious bad guys, and just talk about what it is for the average person in this small town that has this legacy to try to grapple with that. And so, sure, there's plenty of other things we could say, but I think Lisa made some really smart decisions.
Yeah. Do you guys want to add to that as well?
Besides the racism, I think we are really just, there's so much more. Besides the racism, there's the poverty that he touched on so heavily in the film. The poverty level in rural areas, and Marlon is caught between that era, but it doesn't have a right to, because where Marlon sits between all of these cities, Dallas 100 miles this way, Houston that way, and colleges sitting between Baylor 30 miles away and Texas A&M, it has no right. And cities that's running, between them, the Highway 6 run one way and Highway 7, and Marlon sits right there. It has no right to be in the shape that it's in, plus all of the property that is there. And who's keeping that little town from being down? It's gone from 10,000 people down to a little bit more than 5,000 people. What's going on? So the poverty level is great. And I understand that there are a lot of small towns, rural areas that are struggling. Marlon just doesn't have the right to. So we're dealing with racism, and then we're dealing with poverty, and we're dealing with our kids leaving and not wanting to come back. And so there's a lot to put into this melting pot. So what is our answer? That's why we are working together to try to find out, what is the solution to this? And, Chris and Lisa are working this film to try to figure out. Anybody has the answer, let us know. We want to know,
Lisa, would you like to put a capper on that?
Well, I would just say that, we put the focus on Marlon because your story has to be about something, but it's really a metaphor for virtually every small town in the South. And we just want to say let's take a look at where we are today. We may not be, deep in the heart of civil rights battles, but this is not over, not by a long shot. And, maybe we can all take a little closer look at the community that we live in.
Yeah, I'm getting the wrap-up sign. Tomlinson Hill, thank you very much for being here on the red carpet. I hope you guys are enjoying your time at Dallas International. And good luck. Take care. Here with the crew from Sweetwater. Now, you guys have got the big, one of the big premieres here tonight. Are you excited? You guys look like you're kind of calm, a little too calm for this whole thing to be going on. What are you thinking right now?
We're happy because we know we got a good film. I mean, it's these guys' film. I'm just happy to be a small part of it.
Yeah. How are you guys feeling right about now?
Good.
Yeah.
Just
relaxed. I mean, I hope that's okay. I mean,
it's the calm before the storm, right?
Yeah. I mean, you just have to. It's always nice to show it in front of an audience. You know. So yeah, we feel good. You know,
it's a good product. I mean, happy to be here.
Yeah. I love Westerns, and I think that it's unfortunate that it seems like Hollywood isn't producing a lot of Westerns nowadays, and I'm hoping that maybe we're starting to see the beginnings of a comeback. When you guys set out to make this thing, was it born out of like a love of Westerns, or where did it come from exactly?
Well, I mean, how this came about is producers sent us script, original Sweetwater script, hired us to rewrite it, and you know, what first drew us to it was we grew, as crazy as it sounds, we grew up in Northern California. It's pretty rural. Spent all our time outside, so to be able to shoot our first movie was almost entirely daytime exteriors out in a beautiful rural area, and to be able to go to New Mexico and be outside working with talented people, really that's what drew us first off. And then
but we've always been, we loved the Westerns growing up, like the spaghetti Westerns. They were always on, was it TNT or something? So we saw the Leone Westerns, like,
and then just,
but it was never, we never really thought too much about, we're making a Western. It was just an opportunity to make another movie. You know?
Yeah.
But it's expensive. I mean, this thing looks like a 1970s Cinerama, beautiful, large picture. It's gorgeous.
Like almost like a John Ford sort of thing.
Yeah, gorgeous.
How'd you get involved in this, Stephen?
I read a good script by two young men, and as they were saying, I knew the casting director, Jeannie McCarthy, who's great and cast a lot of people, and she got me involved.
Yeah. And this is one of the films, I remember when I was talking to James Faust, the artistic director, he was telling me this is one you got to make sure that you see. It seemed like it really took him. What does it mean to have you guys out here at the Dallas International Film Festival? Is it kind of like a, I mean, because when you think about a Western, it's like what better place to take it than like a Dallas Film Festival? So is that kind of like a fitting thing for you?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I hope so. It's definitely very dark and twisted and violent, and so
just
hopefully
like Dallas.
So maybe hopefully people will appreciate that. Whenever we write or whenever we go to do something, we ultimately want to entertain. So hopefully people.
But to have the opportunity to travel with the movie and show it to other people is something. It's great. It's wonderful.
It's we're blessed to have that. Where people pay you to. We didn't get paid. They pay you free plane tickets and put you in nice hotels. I mean, what's not to like about that?
Free beer,
And Gillies. There you go.
That is
Who doesn't love Gillies?
Who doesn't? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, Urban Cowboy kind of, maybe it was on the map before Urban Cowboy. That's what I remembered from it.
And Stephen, what was the best part about working with these guys? What was like your best day on set?
Every day was a great day because all very much a collaboration. They were so prepared and so set in what exactly they had in their heads. But they, if we had a question or wanted to adjust some stuff, they're very open to it. So all days were fun. Had a really fun time.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to this, guys. Enjoy this time tonight. Thank you for coming to Dallas. Stephen, good to meet you. Yeah, y'all take care. I'm here with Spencer Gillis. It's a short film called Gun. It's in the Shorts program, Shorts 2, right? Now talk about being here at the Dallas International Film Festival and kind of what that means to you, and tell people a little bit about the short.
Well, it's actually, I just got here today. I flew in from New York today, and so far it's got a nice, relaxed vibe, which I'm liking. My only other festival experience with a film is Sundance, which we premiered at this year. And it has a very laid-back feel for the most part as well. So it's been great so far.
Yeah. And who was the guy that you talked to? Was it Faust? Was he the one that brought this here, or do you remember who was the
programmer?
Yeah.
It was Sarah Harris.
Sarah Harris.
Yeah. She's really nice. Yeah. She was very excited about the film.
Do you find that it seems like Dallas has more of a laid-back kind of sense of community, maybe more so than some of the other festivals, or?
Well, I can only really speak to Sundance, honestly.
This is your first day.
Which is, it's a really cool festival in the sense that there is a community there, and I'm coming from being there for shorts, so it's like a very different vibe from features probably. But I was a little off the beaten path. You know, I kind of didn't do the Main Street thing. I was just hanging out with other shorts filmmakers, and it was fun. It was like being in film school again or something. It was like just hanging out with people who love film and want to talk about their favorites and what inspires them, and that is really inspirational. So I'm hoping tonight to meet the shorts directors in my program, the filmmakers in my program, and hopefully we can have those conversations.
How do you feel about like the way that films are made nowadays? It's obviously a lot easier if you're an aspiring filmmaker. You know, you have a lot more opportunities now than even just say 20 years ago, and with the internet and everything, being able to spread those things out there. Like, what have you personally found coming out of that in terms of what's available for you nowadays making films?
Well, there's a lot of ways to make films, like you said now, that I think you didn't have even 10 years ago, both in terms of the technology, but also in fundraising platforms. I mean, this film, we used Kickstarter to cover all of our post-production costs. And, you know, 5 years ago, or whatever, 3 years ago, that probably, I don't even remember when it started, but I think it was 2008 or something. But in other words, like, there's a lot of great platforms like that on the web, like crowdfunding things that you can do now. And if your idea is interesting and exciting and people believe in you, you can get money to make your film. And that's something that I think 10 years ago was a lot harder to do, for sure.
Very cool. Spencer, thanks for coming out. I hope you enjoy your time here. I think you're going to think it's a blast.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.